Some lanes can be a bit short of trumps, but I'll arrange something as soon as possible. I'm taking the dawn patrol with Corporal Box, okay?
Sir.
Well, Mr. Hoffman.
Next week, the lads from the platoon prepare for some well-earned leave in Spearhead next Thursday, 9 o'clock.
Every time a cyclist comes into sight, your car turns into a deadly weapon. So do all you can to give them a wide berth, especially at junctions. Because cyclists are sometimes terrifyingly unpredictable. They pull out when they shouldn't. They swerve without thinking. And if you're not ready, if you don't give them room, if you don't give them time, you don't give them a chance. Steer clear of bikes.
This is the chief steward. Our cabin crew are passing among you with some tea and biscuits.
Here, Chief. What? These digestives aren't McVitie's.
No, not McVitie's. We apologize, as the altitude and thin air may affect the taste of your digestives. And their size.
They'll notice, I'm telling you. They just don't taste like McVitie's.
Okay, the tea that we're serving is a particularly subtle blend, best appreciated without biscuits.
Hold on, I think there's a packet of McVitie's at the back.
McVitie's at the back. Would passengers like to return to their seats? But we'll share the McVitie's.
Give them McVitie's, not excuses.
Sorry, pull up, pull up.
After a day like this, when you've got a headache and everything seems to work against you, you want fast, powerful relief from something that understands your headache. Something made for headache pain. Something that won't upset your stomach.
We want football!
You want Hedex. As the name tells you, Hedex is made to give you fast, powerful relief from your headache.
Hello, darling. Had a good day?
Hedex understands your headache.
Strawberries are picked for it, gooseberries go green for it. They love fresh cream. These cozy fits are nappies with elasticated legs, made not to leak. They're elastic. These cozy fits are cozy, so cozy, cozy, cozy. They shouldn't leak. They're fantastic. In cozy fits are happy. The elasticated nappy made not to leak. They're elastic. In cozy fits are happy. The elasticated nappy made not to leak. They're fantastic.
In TV Times, we meet Coronation Street's newest star, the Fairclough foster son. Recognise these stars and you can win your own dream wedding. TV Times.
On ITV tonight at 10:30, Secrets of Midland Heights. A series of petty thefts highlights the personal problems of Anne Dulles and the Millington family.
I think your friend just stole a pair of earrings.
Excuse me, Mrs. Harris, but that's crazy. Anne could afford to buy your whole store. If she wanted.
Anne, you know what happens if they catch you? You can't arrest a Millington.
Want me to break your wrist?
Oh, let me go.
All right, you can tell the cops.
Let me go.
Stop that girl! She's a thief!
Secrets of Midland Heights continues tonight at 10:30 here on ITV.
This is Thames from London. Now the World News Roundup from ITN at 10.
Civil servants call off their 5-month strike. Deposed Gambian president will try to fly home tomorrow. Charles and Diana go fishing at Broadlands. Poland's biggest protest march over food shortages. The wickets tumble in the 4th test. Good evening. The civil servants tonight called off their strike after 21 weeks. It was the longest national pay dispute since the general strike in 1926. They've accepted the government's improved offer of 7.5%. They'd wanted 15%. They'll be going back to normal working in most places on Monday, Tuesday in Scotland. The government said today the dispute had cut off tax and VAT revenue of £4,500 million. The unions say the figure is nearly twice that. Here's our industrial editor, Giles Smith.
It took the 9 unions only an hour to call it off. Only one union had voted to continue with the strikes, and the overall majority was massive. Had it all really been worthwhile?
Oh, absolutely worthwhile. It was inevitable. We were offered 6%. We had no prospect of arbitration in 1982. We had no prospect of negotiating an agreement beyond that date. Absolutely worthwhile.
Looking back on the whole affair, would you suggest going through it again under the same circumstances?
Oh, yes, I would, for the reason that we couldn't afford to accept just 6%. We couldn't afford to accept no arbitration at all in 82, and we couldn't afford to accept no ordered pay system for the civil service in the future. So, yes, it was worthwhile.
As far as the public was concerned, this mammoth dispute hit airline passengers in the most visible form, with delays to hundreds of flights because of action by air traffic controllers. Customs officers also walked out, sometimes holding travellers up, sometimes giving smugglers a field day. Many didn't get away at all because of long queues at passport offices because of strikes there, and it'll be many months before the backlog is cleared. Taxation of cars and applications for driving licences were held up because of walkouts at the big Swansea licensing centre. But the really serious, if less visible, effects were on government tax revenues. Strikers hit at key tax computers and virtually paralysed the system, helping some businesses who didn't have to pay taxes, but pushing some small firms near to bankruptcy because they weren't getting VAT returns. So although some ministers may see this as some sort of victory over the civil service unions, it shouldn't be forgotten that it's cost the government a great deal too. About $8 billion in held-up tax revenue. And although a great deal of that will be recouped in due course, it has cost them something like £200 million in interest charges on loans they've had to take out to cover this hold-up period. So, with the unions having spent £10 million on strike pay during the dispute, it's very difficult to see how either side can claim victory tonight. Indeed, it would seem reasonable to suppose that both sides are going away to consider whether it was really all worthwhile. Giles Smith, News at 10, in Whitehall.